As you're well aware, listing inventory is down, not just in our areas, but across the country. So it's at the top of our minds to work on building our listing inventory to keep growing our business. In that light, I want to share some great insight on different lead sources, which I'll be doing in the weeks to come. For today, I want to start off with great door knocking strategies that you can use to get your listings right now. We recently had Rich DiGiovanna, a top agent and door knocking specialist from Virginia, share with us his success strategies for door knocking. I'm going to bring some of his clips in for you to hear because what's better than listening to the man himself? When thinking of getting started with door knocking, you might ask yourself, why am I even doing this? Here's Rich's explanation that might help relate to you.
The reason I started door knocking is about 7 years ago. I had no business. It was May and I did not have one deal, and I was a strong listing agent. And just a little of my background, I sell 60 or list 60 to 70 homes myself. I have a small team goal, and we're on track this year to do 100 deals. It's just me and one other agent. I like to keep it small right now, but we are growing. But the goal that I found when I found my numbers and I started tracking them is I was talking to way more people in less time than I could on the phone.
But we're in unusual times now because of the COVID pandemic. So I asked Rich what his views are concerning door knocking during these times, and it was quite interesting to hear what he responded with.
Rich, I have a question for you in regard to the COVID environment right now.
Yeah.
Like what can you talk about in terms of how people might perceive you in the during the pandemic? Because I know you feel very strongly about doing it right now.
Yeah,
But
I'm
I
going to
think
get
some
out.
agents
I
might
would
have
say,
concerns about it.
but now that it's warm, people want to talk to you right now. People, you don't understand. Well, we do. People are locked up in their homes. They're locked up with the same family for the last year now, and they're tired. They'll want to talk to somebody. So I think it's a prime time. I'll let you know what my numbers are. I think more people are going to be home now than ever before. I think this is a gold mine for door knocking. I really do.
Now, once you can move past that in your mind, what becomes the hardest part of door knocking that you should know about? Here's what he had to say.
The hardest thing I found about door knocking is just getting out and doing it, just getting started. It's sort of like working out in the gym. How many of us really love getting up at 4 or 5 in the morning, going to the gym? But how do we feel when we're finished? You feel great. And when I finish door knocking, I always walk away with 1 to 2 listing prospects. And it makes me feel really, really good.
Then I asked him, what is the ultimate goal when door knocking? What is it that you're trying to accomplish with each visit to someone's home? We know that at each visit, delivering value should always be a priority. Here's what he had to say about that.
What I found the goal to door knocking is just connecting. And then all the money is made in the follow up. That's where all the money is made. A lot of people have a problem with no soliciting signs. I love no signs. Those are my favorite people to doors to knock on. They're the weak people. They have to put a sign out there that says no soliciting because they know if you knock on their door, you're going to buy the freaking cookies, you're going to buy the wallpaper or the wrapping paper, or you're going to sell the house.
So how do you prepare and what will you bring when you get started? Also, what should you wear and what should you not wear? These are items that are often overlooked. Take a listen.
So a couple things that I bring when I go door knocking. This is my door knocking tool right here. It's just a small briefcase. And I usually have this is kind of some information, just a simple flyer that I hand them. And on the back, I have just the current market statistics. That's all I leave. I learned a very valuable lesson about door knocking and glasses. Like I had some glasses that tinted. They got darker when I went outside, and I found one day my numbers didn't make sense. And I found out, I went back and I started trying to think what could it have been? And I realized I got back in my car, looked at my glasses, and they were really dark. You couldn't see my eyes. So that was a real valuable lesson for me. Everything I wear always has my name tag on every shirt that I have. So I always have my name tag.
So what is the best weather to door knock in, and what are the best times?
Some of the best times to go out, really hot or really cold weather. In cold weather, I carry a golf ball, so when you're knocking on your door, your knuckles aren't bleeding. The hot, it's great going out in 100-degree weather. People will invite you in their home, people you don't even know. Best times to go door knocking, just about any time. I did find out though, some of the harder times to not, people just generally aren't going to open the door from Saturday mornings before 11 or 12 o'clock noon. So I stopped doing that. I found the best times are these times here. Some of the worst weather, I've gone out with my snow boots and knocked on doors. Those people are generally always home.
Next, Rich addressed how long each visit should be and whether agents should focus on quality or quantity. Take another listen.
Hey, Rich, let me ask you this question. How long would you say each of your visits are
Okay,
in length?
that's a great question. So I would rather talk to one person for a half an hour and get just, they will be a gold mine for the neighbor than talk to 10 people for 2 minutes.
Okay, so you're going after the quality.
Quality is everything in the neighborhood. That person that's going to sit there in 20 minutes, believe me, they will tell you everything. You will learn so much about the neighborhood. You will learn all the dirt, who's dating who's messing around with whose kids are doing what somebody who's losing their job. I'm telling you, always go for the quality, don't go for the quantity.
Rich went on to discuss how important it is to be scripted before you door knock. Here's what he had to say.
Have a script and practice. So, Frank, I don't know if you guys have role play partners in your office, but I've been doing this business for 30. I'm on my 36th year. I have a role play partner. We get together twice a week. We still role play and we do the same scripts over and over. We help each other. Guys, when you learn your scripts and you learn a few powerful lines and how to say them, you will make more money. Simple fact.
We all know that building rapport is very important when growing your business. Here are some tips to consider.
If you really connect with people, connect with their pets. I mean, how many of us have pets? I mean, we know our pets better than we know our friends. If you're not a kid person, become one. If you're not a sports fan, become one. Know what the popular shows are. Just have something to talk about. Your energy level, guys, is everything. Comes to anybody. Who wants to work with somebody who has no energy?
And finally, Rich discussed what you should do after your visits to make them as profitable as possible.
I'm always trying to figure out ways to get their email address or phone number. Those are like gold. When you get an email address and a phone number, you got more than anyone has. No one gets those, and they're not going to answer their phone when they don't know the number. I know I don't. This is a great Darren Hardy quote. You can't fix what you don't track. If you never read The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, great book. You should read it. I learned a lot from it. I track, like I said, here's my tracking device right here. This is what it looks like when I'm finished. And I spent a number of years perfecting it, so I just could circle things, and I made it real simple to track. And like I said, it could earn you $1,000 to $10,000 an hour. It's never earned me less than $1,000 an hour every time I go. And if you look, I don't know if you can see my board here. I was just looking at my board. I've got I track everything again on my board. Out of 30 sales that we've had so far this year, either coming soon, under contract, or sold, 5 of these are from door knocks I did over the last 7 years. Just to give you some other numbers, when I started door knocking, I never had a farm 7 years ago. Now I own the farm, and all I did was I door knocked 500 people. I have probably 30 sales. Last year I had 7 sales from my farm. When you put in your hours and your time and you connect with people and you knock on their door or get in touch with them and connect with them, it makes a big difference. They remember you, and again, what you need to do, the follow-up is where all the money's to be made.
Thanks for watching, and I hope you find these tips to be valuable in creating more listings. Happy door knocking.